Congratulations, you made it back to the BlazorPuzzle. I'm Carl Franklin from AppVNext, and that's Jeff Fritz from Microsoft. How you doing, Jeff? A little animated today.
Carl, I'm so glad I made it back. You should have seen the ice outside, okay?
Oh.
It would have been awful.
Yeah, it's mostly thawed here. You have ice in Philly?
No ice. No.
Oh, okay. We're just chatting here.
That's right.
While we're chatting, I got to brag a little bit. As you probably know, but maybe our listeners don't, I'm an amateur musician, and I have a 10-piece band that is kind of a Steely Dan tribute band, but we do all sorts of yacht rock and even originals and stuff. Anyway, I got one of those Insta360 cameras. I don't have it here with me on my desk, but it's just this little thing. You put it on a tripod, and it takes a video of 360 degrees, right?
Yep.
And then you can put it together and put it on YouTube. So I did. I put it right on the front of the stage, and we played Asia by Steely Dan.
All right.
Technically very difficult to pull off and still sound good.
Yeah.
So I when it came home, mixed it all up, put it on a video, put it up on YouTube. So if you have a headset, like I have a Quest 3, you can go to YouTube VR, which is an app that you get on the Quest.
Oh, yeah.
And then search the 360 videos for Asia 360, AJA 360, and you can watch and listen.
In 3D.
In 3D, like you're right there with the band.
Very cool.
Just turn around, you see the audience. You turn around, you see the band. That's very
man. Cool. That's some pretty cool stuff.
It was my first foray into 360 video.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. I thought everybody might want to see that. And if you don't like Steely Dan, that's fine with me. There's plenty of other music out there that's really good. Okay, let's get into the first puzzle, shall we? I say the first puzzle, I mean last week's puzzle, of course. And what we're looking at here is a component in a Razor class library project called My Stuff.
Right.
And a Blazor, I believe this is a Blazor, server, interactive server render mode, Blazor web app with global settings. So that means if you go to app, you can see that render mode is set to interactive server here. So the issue was, and we can actually, you added this app page parameter last time we talked. But the whole idea is that we want to make this component routable.
A little bit of a micro front end, right? So that we can build our front end in parts here and just connect up different sets of Razor class libraries as we have new components, new sections of our application that we want to add in. So how do we do that? Right.
So imagine that you have a whole bunch of different Razor class libraries, and you want Blazor pages basically in that.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to do here. And we started last week with this, app page component 1. And the whole idea is we want to be able to, route to it. So let's just recap what happens here. All right. So there it is. And we've added component 1 to the main page. But if I go to component 1, can't be found.
And this would be really cool if it was like, hey, we're adding in these new accounting sections to the application. We want to build out the entire accounting back office in a separate class library and just kind of spot weld it into the main application, right?
Ooh, I like that. Spot weld.
Yeah.
That's a great term. So here's the first thing we need to do. We need to go to Routes Razor.
Right.
And add the following. Additional assemblies is new array, type of my stuff component 1.assembly. So we need to add this as an additional assembly that we're going to handle routes for, right? This is the router here.
Yeah.
That's the first step. But that's not the only step. No. The next step is in program CS. We're going to replace this right here with this. And all we've done is we've stuck this add additional assemblies, type of my stuff imports really doesn't matter as long as you have some class in that assembly, my stuff, and then you get the assembly from it. And now with this app page component, it should work.
There's the component. All right, do the navigation. Come on, Carl, we got this.
Boom.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at that.
I've seen folks do something like this similarly, where they've done a little bit of reflection to load and identify the various assemblies and content that they want to add into the application. That's a pretty neat trick to provide that decoupling of your user interface so that you can build parts of this in different organizations and bring them all together at the end for the main larger application you're trying to develop.
Right. And just remember not to clobber each other's route names.
No,
that would be the most important thing.
Absolutely. So, gosh, Carl, who's our big winner for this week?
Well, we got several right answers this week, and the one we picked at random is, here's the drum roll, Warwick Wilson from Cedar Park, Texas.
Oh my gosh, Warwick, congratulations.
He even told us where he is. And,
That's great.
Yes, and now he gets his name up in lights, as it were.
There you go.
And for having his answer picked from all the correct answers, he's going to get one of these. And it's right here.
Woohoo! Look at that.
BlazorPuzzle coffee mug, which I'm drinking coffee out of right now. And because we're feeling generous today, Warwick's also going to win one of these. A BlazorPuzzle t-shirt. And there you go. So if you want one of these, some of this stuff that you can't get anywhere else because you can't just go out and buy it, then you got to play the game. Just like Warwick did. All right, let's jump into next week's puzzle.
Puzzle 27. Oh my gosh.
All right, Jeff, so this is one of yours. So why don't you take the lead and tell us what we're looking at here?
So we've got a collection of more than 26 episodes of this podcast that we've been doing together. And I wanted to put together a little grid that would show you here's some of the episodes that are available.
Yeah.
And be able to get a little bit more details. Now, I didn't wire up all the data points to the details yet. I just wanted to make sure that this works. So I'm using the Blazor QuickGrid to very quickly generate from my episode objects. Here's my list of episodes. And I wanted a little details button that I could click there and show some more details just below when you choose one of these. So go ahead and click one of the details buttons.
Okay.
Very good. There you go. There's last week's episode and when it was published. Simple, right?
Yeah.
So the idea is you can scroll through here and click on some others and get some other details about other episodes. Maybe we put the YouTube link in here or something, but it's a simple little Blazor component. So go ahead and click some of those other details buttons.
I clicked.
No.
Nothing.
With
Nothing's
feeling
happening, Jeff. No, I swear I'm clicking. It's not working, Jeff.
Refresh
Did you
the
break
page.
it? Steve!
Can you refresh the page? Maybe something happened.
All right.
And here it is loading up. Okay.
Button
And
number.
details?
There it is.
See, it works.
Okay, let me try another one.
Sure.
Nope. Yep. No. Nothing.
Okay.
All right, Jeff, what gives?
What viewers, can you help me out here? What did I do wrong? The source code, can we take a look at the source code real quick?
Sure. What do you want to look at first?
So in the pages of the client, you see, so I have my episodes Razor. That's the grid. You see, there's my quick grid.
Yep.
And it uses an HTTP client to go get the list of episodes from the server, right? And I've got a little episode API CS file you see on the server. It's just a minimal API that returns a collection. There they are. I put them in as a queryable. And you see I have a show details component there on line 19.
Yeah.
So when you say show details, I set the episode number. And if you go to episode details there, episode details Razor. There we go. So I've got a little loading thing that would appear and title published and on initialized, go get the episode.
Yes, it looks completely reasonable to me.
So what did I do wrong here? Can you help me out there, viewers? This, I don't know.
Well, it is a challenge, and hopefully give you something to obsess over all week. You know the whole OCD moniker, right? Obsessive compulsive disorder.
Yeah.
I used to say that my wife has OCD, but she calls it CDO because it's in alphabetical order. But but we found out recently that she just has O. She's not compulsive. She's just obsessive. Yeah. You ask her, hey, honey, where's that left-handed reverse-threaded hemta that I bought on Amazon 3 years ago? And she's like, I got it. And she's off. And she will be on a mission until she
finds it.
So this is your obsession for the next week, folks. Figure out what we did wrong and how do we fix it. And if you think you know the answer, send us an email by next Wednesday. And that would be what?
The 20th.
Yeah, by the 20th. And with the subject, puzzle number 27, send it to blazorpuzzle@appvnext.com. And if you're right, we will, you might be picked.
Hey, make sure you check out the source code is in the description just below. There's a link to the source code repository so you can run this on your machine. Take a look and see what we did wrong.
Yeah. And until then, we'll see you next week on the Blazor Puzzle. Bye-bye.
Catch you later, friends.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to check out Blazor